Jay-Z has done worse things than what Diddy did to Cassie to other females. And she said that she has the scars to prove it. She alleged that at one time Jay-Z attacked her and got it on film like Diddy did. And she alleged that this is why Jay-Z is totally pulling away from Diddy and you don't see him around. And it's been alleged for quite a while that Jay-Z is pulling away from Diddy because he doesn't want himself caught in the crossfire. I mean, you even have 50 Cent at this point talking about how Jay-Z is in hiding while this whole Diddy thing blows over. And you even have these accusations of Jay-Z being responsible for what happened to Cassie White. So I'm going to go ahead and roll you guys this clip of everything that Jag had to say about Jay-Z being worse than Diddy. And you guys let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.
Sean Carter is just as bad as the diddler. And I know that for a fact. I got the scars to prove it. You want to know what a box cutter feels like going into your skin and ripping you? I can tell you how it feels. Y'all ain't seen yet. That Cassie that's nothing. I'm saying Sean Carter remembers everything he did to me and he's got it on tape. Just like Diddy. And you're gonna be crazy. It's gonna be the women that give him in the end.
Former One Direction member Liam Payne allegedly just committed suicide, and reports are now coming in that his death is connected to his ongoing struggles. Fans are asking, where's Rock Button for me? You would never have seen it, as Liam was very good at hiding it. No one would have ever seen it, except for Rock Button. I don't even know about all of it.
Connecting you to Mr. Liam Payne, formerly of One Direction.
And?
Any truth to these rumors?
I've never discussed my personal life.
Well, that's all going to change because...
Next.
I'm going to ask you another question.
Okay. Another name.
Okay. Drake, you got quite close to Drake?
I never discussed my personal life. I mean, it's crazy. It's like one day it's one person, the next day it's another. Who's tomorrow?
You were not aware of Epstein activities. Did you know who he was?
Yes, I knew him. I was introduced to him on my 31st birthday.
Naomi Campbell, she had the formula.
No, what's Naomi Campbell's formula?
I don't know, whatever it was, it got a restraining order.
When is it her turn to be exposed for
Oh God, I don't know.
Friends with Russell Brand, a man later accused of similar behavior to what Maya accused Liam of. Women trusted Brand, only to later be exploited, and there's evidence suggesting Brand preyed on women who felt safe with him. Liam was also linked with Naomi Campbell, Diddy's ex-girlfriend who has her own troubling history. Some speculate that when Liam started hanging out with people connected to Diddy,
I'm going to address some of these comments and kind of break it down. So I've been seeing ones like this everywhere, and honestly ones that say she needs to keep his name out of her mouth. She's obsessed, blah, blah, blah. They broke up years ago. Well, I made a 5-second TikTok about something he talked about on a podcast. He was the one airing out everyone's dirty laundry on a podcast. So it's okay for him to talk, but the minute I make a 5-second video, it's over, right? Also, you're calling me obsessed. Oh, she's crazy. This happened when you are with someone who's obsessed, blah, blah, blah. Y'all don't even know what happens behind closed doors or in private. Ever since we broke up, he messages me, will blow up my phone, mind you. Not only from his phone number, it's always from different phone numbers too. So I never know where it's gonna come from. He'll create new iCloud accounts to iMessage me. It's always a damn new iCloud account. I'm like, every time I see one pop up on my phone, I'm like, here we go again. Also, will email me. And he does this when he gets his phone taken away. Also, not only me, but he'll blow up my mom's phone. Is that normal behavior to you? But I'm crazy for making a 5-second TikTok about something that he brought to the internet, and is also messaging my friends. Not only was he messaging them, I found out later while we were together, so they could go over to his house apparently, but then was messaging my best friend to come over to his house when his girlfriend was gone, was saying, oh, my girlfriend's gone, blah, blah, blah. Like, he's the one that is constantly doing weird. And also, might I add, literally said, oh, the reason he has all these people on his damn Snapchat, which he has for years apparently, that he messages or whatever, and on Instagram, and he says that he preys on One Direction fans because they will always be loyal to him and they won't.
Liam had always been vocal about his issues with addiction and alcoholism, and as updates are slowly coming in, it appears that Liam had relapsed and was using again. Pictures released by TMZ even show
that means women feel safe around me, they trust me, then bang, pregnant, bang, pregnant, bang, pregnant. Catherine is welcome to see me. No, don't do it, trust me, don't do this. Well, it's been really a wonderful experience. I can undo your bra, just like this. Oh, you've got a bit of hair on your face. Oh, come and stay at mine. Oh, it's all right, I'll sleep on the couch. Bang, pregnant. Pop yourself down on my knee and see if we can't get you pregnant. Give yourself to him, Brittany. Sleep with Russell. Sleep with him, damn you. I'm going to scoop you up in my arms and carry off to a world of wonder where you forget your own name. But I won't forget it. It's Sam, the gorgeous morning sunrise Sunday sexy woman for teenage boys.
I'm a very good girl. Are you good? I don't think God would give you that body and then give you sort of morality. And if I connect with that, then we'll be okay. Careful, because that's a low-cut dress.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
I'm only flesh and blood. I've got instincts.
Oh,
look at them nipples. They could lactate any moment. Are some very serious allegations that I absolutely refute. These allegations pertain to the time when I was working in the mainstream, when I was in the newspapers all the time, when I was in the movies, and as I've written about extensively in my books, I was very, very promiscuous. Now, during that time of promiscuity, the relationships I had were absolutely always consensual. I was always transparent about that then, almost too transparent. And I'm being transparent about it now as well. And to see that transparency metastasized into something criminal that I absolutely deny makes me question, is there another agenda at play? Particularly when we've seen coordinated media attacks before, like with Joe Rogan when he dared to take a medicine that the mainstream media didn't approve of, and we saw a spate of headlines from media outlets across the world using the same language. I'm aware that you guys have been saying in the comments for a while, watch out Russell, they're coming for you, you're getting too close to the truth, Russell Brand did not kill himself. I know that a year ago there was a spate of articles, Russell Brand's a conspiracy theorist, Russell Brand's right wing. I'm aware of news media making phone calls, sending letters to people I know for ages and ages. It's been clear to me, or at least it feels to me, like there's a serious and concerted agenda to control these kind of spaces and these kind of voices, and I mean my voice along with your voice. I don't mind them using my books and my stand-up to talk about my promiscuous consensual conduct in the past. What I seriously refute are these very, very serious criminal allegations. Also, it's worth mentioning that there are witnesses whose evidence directly contradicts the narratives that these two mainstream media outlets are trying to construct, apparently in what seems to me to be a coordinated attack. Now, I don't want to get into this any further because of the serious nature of the allegations, but I feel like I'm being attacked, and plainly they are working very closely together. We are obviously going to look into this matter because it's very, very serious. In the meantime, I want you to stay close, stay awake, but more important than any of that, if you can, please stay free.
Now, believe it or not, but Russell Brand was actually connected to Diddy, and had even gone on camera saying that once you become friends with Diddy, you have to do things you don't want to, because Diddy's just that powerful.
Diddy's new to me, right? He looked after me, he took me on an enforced holiday to Vegas. He's a very intense man because I think he come from nothing and now he's very, very powerful. People that do stuff like that, they're intense. Now, I like him, he's very influential. Say that you don't want to do something and Diddy does want you to do it. It's really hard to not do that thing.
Is it the mind?
He's a bit like the mind. Like, he's very influential. Like, say Diddy went, could you pick me up from the airport? I've got back from holiday, or I'm going away, would you feed my fish? And really didn't want to feed his fish. Oh, how much fish food you put in? He'd still do it because you think, oh, don't upset him. He's an influential person.
I got it.
So he's a good laugh, but if you, imagine you get very friendly with him, he might ask you for loads of favours, and then you can't say no to him. That's my worry, because I've become friends with him now. What if he starts, pick us up from the airport, feed the fish, can I borrow your vacuum cleaner? It's going to be pressure.
It's going to kind of become his...
I don't want to be nobody's... I've worked too hard in life. Not even Diddy's... That's the problem.
Russell Brand is not going to be Diddy's bitch.
Nobody's.
So I can catch him and get him to the Greek June 4th?
June the 4th it comes out on.
Liam Payne's room with suspicious items on the counter. What made Liam so stressed that he resorted to this? And why was he in Argentina to begin with? On October 2nd, Liam posted a video on Snapchat saying that he was going to Argentina to talk with former
I always felt like it was a manipulation tactic to keep me, I don't know, it's kind of complicated, but I always felt like it was so that I could continue to feel bad for him. And because he would always message me ever since we broke up, like, oh, I'm not well. He would always play with death and be like, well, I'm gonna die. I'm not doing well. And there was one time I tried to get him help, and then he was like, not taking it. He would text my mom, I'm not doing well, have Maya contact me, because I wouldn't respond. And it's just always the same cycle. And every time that, like, for example, when I announced my book, he did the same thing. He called my mom, I think I'm not going to be around much longer. And
oh my God.
And I don't play with death. So I'm like, if you say this, I'm going to try and help you no matter what you've done. And I think he took advantage of my family's kindness. And I was like, if you want to go back to rehab, I'll help you, even though, whatever. And not that I ever wanted to be back with him, but he's still somebody's child. He's somebody's brother. Like, if that were my brother, I would want someone to help him too. And so, but I always just, in the end, I felt like it was a manipulation. And I'm like, especially after everything you've done, I've told you to leave me alone. As of recent events that have happened, I can't speak on legally, but it's just gotten so much worse. But yeah, I always just felt really bad. And I always just felt like because he would always say, sorry, this is such a long answer. I just
No, you're good.
But he would always just say, I'm so sorry for everything I've done. I can't live with myself, but then is continuing to try and traumatize me. And so I always just felt like it was just a whole manipulation to maybe keep me from not saying anything, or keep me on his good side in a way.
Or keep you at an arm's length.
These allegations were confirmed by Liam himself too, who said in an episode of The Diary of a CEO that he was incredibly ashamed of his actions, and it was his actions that destroyed his relationship.
I feel like more than anything at this point, I'm more disappointed in myself for keep on hurting people. That annoys me. I've just not been very good at relationships, and I know what my pattern of things is with relationships. I feel at this point, I'm just not very good at them, so I just need to work on myself first before I put myself onto somebody else. And I feel that's where I got to in my last relationship. I just wasn't given a very good version of me anymore that I didn't appreciate and I didn't like being. And I can honestly say that I feel better out of it. I didn't feel good for doing what I did, but it had to happen. I mean, I know that's the corniest way of saying it was the best for both of us. Whatever, cool, nice story, bro. But it just feels like that.
Very self-aware for you to know that you were...
Oh yeah, no, I know it was a problem. So I need to sort myself out, and I already feel good. So it's got me more concentrated, and I hope she's happy.
How did Liam turn into the kind of person who would abuse his fiancée? Well, according to Maya, his fans were the ones that enabled his behavior. Liam knew that no matter what he did, his fans were going to stick by him and believe what he said.
Constantly enable someone, they're never gonna realize what they've done is bad, or they do realize, but they know that they can get away with it, which is what has happened to him for so many damn years. Everything gets swept under the rug, everything gets hidden for him. I don't know who the hell is behind all of this, but nothing ever comes out about him. Because either I understand people are scared, but also it's hard when you have these people that jump down your throat for speaking the truth on things that have happened, and quite frankly, very disgusting things that have happened and disgusting things that he's done. And he knows that too. He knows that he can get away with anything. He's told me. And, oh, don't tell anyone because they're not going to believe you anyways. Like, the fans always have our back. We can do whatever, we want, and they're always going to defend us. And he's right. That's the thing, is he's not even wrong. And he knows, and he uses that. So if that's who y'all want to defend, have at it. You're defending someone you don't even know. You literally don't know him. I lived in a house with him for years. I'm pretty sure I can speak on my own experiences. And then y'all tell me, oh, no, he would never do that. Do you hear yourself? And then everyone is just sitting here saying, oh, well, I mean, I'm not going to go too much into me talking about the damn book, but, oh, that was all fake, blah, blah, blah. No, it's not. I'm literally saying, no, it's not.
Bandmate Niall Horan about something urgent and important. In Argentina, Liam had been staying at the Kaiser Hotel when fans noticed the singer was acting weird and intoxicated. At one point, the police were called. According to Pablo Pollo, spokesperson for the Security Ministry of Buenos Aires, Liam was described to the police as an aggressive man who might be under the influence of drugs or alcohol. Just before the police could arrive, however, Liam...
Your turn? Yes. It's your turn.
My entire life. Here. Oh, you look so cute. Ya tiene el cosito, él está re preparado, el amo. Have you listened to some Spanish music now that you're here in Argentina?
Tantas son las horas cuando estamos solos.
There you go. Yeah, you should keep coming.
Liam allegedly jumped from the third-story balcony. We have breaking news now. Former One Direction band member Liam Payne has been found dead at age 31. He died outside a hotel in the Argentine capital of Buenos Aires, according to local media, after falling from the third floor of the hotel. Shortly before his death, Liam's ex-girlfriend Maya Henry spoke out about how Liam's behavior
Jay calling him like ugly and irrelevant, and that went crazy viral. And Jake is ugly.
She tweeted something about,
but he's not irrelevant.
Then she tweeted something about get yourself like a respectful man or something.
Yeah.
That one didn't age very well.
It didn't age.
No, listen. Before we go too deeply into this, there's many reasons why I dislike Zayn, and there's many reasons why I'll always be on his side. If I had to go through what he went through his growth and whatever else, your parents are very supportive.
Very.
My parents are overly supportive to the point where it's annoying at times, and they don't even mind me saying that. And Zayn had a different upbringing in that sense, and you can always look at the man for where he is and say, oh yeah, whatever, that guy's a dick, right? But at the end of the day, once you understand what he's been through to get to that point, and also whether or not he actually even wanted to be there, and also I'm so misunderstood by myself more than anyone. Like, I don't know what I'm doing or why I'm here. It's like I can't sit here and dick on him because of whatever. And listen, I don't agree with any of his actions. I can't commend some of the things that he's done. I can't be on his side for that. What I can say is I understand, and I hope that your only hope is that at some point in their life, the person on the other end of the phone wants to receive the help that you're willing to give them. That's all I'll say.
That's beautiful.
Had turned predatory, and that he wasn't the person his fans thought he was. She also mentioned that he had been abusive and had cheated on her. Now, I'd like to address some comments that I've been seeing. People are saying things like, she needs to keep his name out of her mouth and she's obsessed they broke up years ago, but I made a 5-second TikTok about something Liam talked about on a podcast. He was airing out everyone. That's dirty laundry. But the moment I make a short video, it's a problem, right? People are calling me obsessed, saying I'm crazy, but y'all don't even know what happens behind closed doors. Ever since we broke up, Liam has been messaging me, blowing up my phone from different numbers and iCloud accounts. He even emails me, and if he gets his phone taken away, he blows up my mom's phone. Is that normal behavior? Yet, I'm the
second TikTok just turned into like a bunch of but yeah, also talking about your bandmates and then showing up to their concerts, but it's always for your own benefit. It's not even because you actually just want to go support. You want to go stand up there and like take the attention away from everyone, and you're standing there really because you know everyone's going to be videotaping you. And just like you did at Louis' concert the day my book came out, don't even get me started. That's going to be another story time of what happened before my damn book came out and like the lengths these people went to. That's next. Don't even get me started with these damn manipulations. But yeah, it's like this whole thing happened and then pops up at Louis' concert. And I just can't even, I just have to tell the whole story because it's long. But anyways, yeah, to distract, because he literally knows that if he's with any of the boys that it's gonna get so much attention and it's gonna go crazy on like social media or whatever. So yeah. Also, is there a statute of limitation for when I can talk freely on TikTok? Why years later? Well, if you knew everything that happened, like, that's the thing. You just don't even know what's happened. So I have a right to say whatever I feel on TikTok. First Amendment right, freedom of speech. And it's not like I'm freaking lying, so.
Bro, when you that powerful, you didn't get that powerful without having 1 or 2 or maybe 3 ups on somebody. Diddy always been the type of individual that want to have ups on the next person no matter what they was doing. Like, he always played artists against each other. He did it to Big, he did it to Craig Mack. You understand? I said before, he did the stuff to Ja Rule, you know what I'm saying? So had the ups on Ja Rule so he could go after Jay-Z. You understand what I'm saying? So he always played those kind of up games on people. So to have those cameras and know what he was doing, it's gonna give him the ups on everybody who came to that party. Even your favorite basketball player. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. We know who said that. He may be one of the persons got caught up in the Diddy party.
Other celebrities have also spoken out about how all of Hollywood is a mafia right now. And unless you do what the elites say, you're not going to last.
Yes. Do I believe there's people behind the scenes that are homosexuals that are pushing buttons? Yes. Yes. And that they want you to be down with their in order to push the button for you? Absolutely. And this is part of it. You just saw one of the gay mafia members. That's who he is. That's who Puffy is. He's one of the members of the mob. He's a mafia member. But he might not be Don Carl. He's not the Godfather. You see? He's not the Godfather. He's one of the heads of the families. You see? We have different families in this thing. We got Bad Boy. We got fucking what do we have? Death Row over here. We have the different we got fucking Arista Records and LaFace. These are the fucking families in the mafia. You dig? Those record companies are like families.
A lot of people close to Liam were involved with Diddy and have even spoken out about how they're worried. Hollywood at this point is full of pedophilia, and a lot of people are being pressured to do things they don't want to.
Diddy party stories, they're our favorite genre of anecdote, if you have one, yeah.
Wow, okay, I've got a lot I can't tell. So, can't tell that one either. I mean, I'm like actually cycling through them. Feel like
we still have some time to go, you know, I can blow it here.
Okay. Feel free. Diddy party stories. Man, that was like some weird memory lane. Ugh.
Ashton Kutcher and him they were real tight. One time me, him, Ashton Kutcher went to a Nets game And we met Jay-Z there. You know what I'm saying? So they were close, they was cool.
But you think Diddy would do something like that? Lie on other celebrities?
Well, why would it have to be a lie? Because if he get caught in, he gonna be as truthful as possible. You understand? He's gonna give them enough information, whereas that it's gonna make him look like the choir boy. So, Ashton Kutcher, he has a right to be kind of alarmed if he was doing things with Diddy. Remember they used to have that group called the what do they call it? The Brat Pack? With Diddy, him, and a couple other guys was hanging out. Leonardo, one other guy too. I forgot the other guy's name. So, they all might be worried.
People that Liam himself mentioned seeing and meeting with, including Jay-Z, are all involved with Diddy. In fact, Jay-Z and Diddy were some of the closest people Diddy had around him.
And I'm sure that's probably not public information yet, but who's the person that's #1 on that invitation list?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
And I can get on that list,
Yes,
right?
without a doubt, you are invited.
That is so generous of you. Cheers to that.
See you at the White Party.
Absolutely. I just don't know why they are. It's been happening in front of everyone's faces for decades. For decades.
How many victims?
What's the difference between me and Judy Garland? Social media.
How many victims?
There was none for her.
How many victims potentially do you think there could be?
Thousands. Thousands. I've talked to hundreds that I deal with still myself. I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
What do you think happened with Kim
Keeping
Porter?
people against their will. Putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane. Unconscious. There's a lot of things that people don't want to talk about, Pierce.
Listen, like I said, Jay-Z and Beyonce are not here, unfortunately, to respond to that.
I know. I'm just being honest with you.
You're perfectly entitled to your views, obviously. Kim Porter, a new book claims that Diddy may have been involved in her early death. What do you think of that?
I think people should really look into that more. I am friends with Albie Shore. I love him. I love his children. I knew Kim. We used to all hang out together at the Kit Kat Club back in the mid-90s when Diddy was first starting his reign. I watched that whole thing happen. And everything that Albert has been through, every attempt on his life that has been ignored by the authorities, it all leads back to Diddy, and everyone knows it. The wiretapping of the phones, putting air tag on children during visits, these are normal practices. Diddy had been trying to get to Bieber for a minute, and his management was backing him off. But it wasn't until Usher took over management and had guardianship and gave temporary guardianship to the diddler for 48 hours. Think about that. He had already been to the hospital. That situation that Gene was talking about. And you still took Bieber there. But you got custody of him first. Diddy had already tried. They wouldn't let him. Actually, someone made reference to the fact that Diddy trying to get at Bieber the way he was trying to get at Bieber was looking a little predatory. And then Usher came in and discovered it and managed him and got custody of him and promised to look after him. And then he sent him to the diddler. Does that sound like a good guy?
It's horrible. It's horrible.
Does that sound like a good guy? Now that we know what Diddy's really like. But the only thing I'm interested in him talking about is everything he knows about Kathy Coriana White. See, I know you know what happened to Corey. Diddy, I know that. You and Jay-Z. Down in Vegas at Tao with Claudia. Why don't you just talk about Kathy? That might help. That might help a lot. Kathy Coriana White, Jay-Z's pregnant mistress, who died 24 hours after she announced that she was going public with their relationship and the baby while he was married to Beyonce.
Not that